Hi there, how are you doing? We're going to be creating a spooky fun cue because it's April. So let's stay 6 months ahead of the trends in the music business. What we need to do is create something that sounds like we're stepping into the playful side of Halloween. As the brief says, I'll put it in the description so you can read it at your leisure. So whimsical Halloween, people fumbling their way around through theme challenges. Then onto musically, we're thinking Theremins. Actually, I've got a great free Theremin that I'll show you later and you can download it. As long as you've got contact, it's brilliant. So think of a skeleton that's just as likely to dance as to scare. We're not trying to step into true horror. And at the end it says your cue should capture the spirit of Halloween with a playful wink. I'm using the simple audio and stem template, which I showed you in this video linked above. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you find out when the next episodes of this composition come out. I think the first thing I'm going to try and add, because it said the word skeletons, that always makes me think of xylophones. So probably going to have a go at adding those first. See you in a bit. Okay, so I've got xylophone bones going on here, representing our skeleton. What I did was come up with this set of notes to start with. Might use it as part of the theme, but who knows where this is going anyway. Then all I did was copied it, moved everything up an octave, and I've done the classic trick of slightly offsetting them so it's exactly the same notes, but I've shifted them along by a fraction so we get this effect. Okay, let's add something else. Well, pizzicato, cello and bass seemed like a good idea, so that's exactly what we've got. Notice I've had to move everything in a bar, which I didn't do to start with, because these notes have to be shifted forward slightly to get the attack to occur on the beat. So technically they are starting before the first beat. So we've got this. Okay, that's giving us some structure. Now we need to try and make it a bit more Halloween-y. How are we going to do that? We'll find out. Well, I went looking for spooky effects, so just typed spooky into Contact's search library and it came up with this sound called Spooked from Cloud Supply. There you go. This is what it sounds like. Oh, by the way, everything up to now has been BBC SO. So we found this sound. But then I thought, we probably need to change that up a bit. So what I did is bounced each of these into place. And this one I have reversed. And you can also see where I've automated the volume to come in and out as well. So we get these two effects now. I think it's quite nice to have two slightly different effects, otherwise it could get a bit repetitive, so we can sprinkle those through our cue. Don't forget we are just throwing everything we can to create a Halloween themed vibe at the moment. In part 2 we'll structure it into a full cue. So I'm going to go and find some more fun stuff. Well, I found some interesting sounds to pop in and sound spooky, but this time I typed in scary into Contact and got scary sirens from 40's very own The Keys selection, which is this sound. I've played with Eric Whittaker's choir. And I've also put it in a version of one of the Albion Colossus leads, but I've put quite a bit of EQ on it to shape it into the sound I want. So it's quite a sort of distant sounding synthy piano. So altogether it sounds like this. You get the idea. I'm not sure about those choir R's in there. Maybe just need one. I think we need something percussive now, so let's go and have a hunt for some of that. Okay, we've got some percussion in. We've got damage high loops, damage mid loops, and while I was messing around, I was looking in damage guitars and found this effect. Which is quite a cool sort of background pad. So now it's building up to this. You get the idea. I'll play it all in full at the end, so don't worry about that. Right, more fun stuff. Well, after a bit of playing around, I've ended up with a sequence that sort of works on its own. All that is we have this organ. Again, I was just searching some random words and ended up with this child in time organ sound. Then I went digging around in Albion 1 and found the visitor, which gives this sound. Nice little tinkle on the doorbell. And finally, I've used Albion Neo, strings A doing short spiccato. With these again, I've played them in using the arpeggiator, but remembering to turn on record MIDI to track here so that it actually records the notes when you play them in, and then I've slightly shifted them back so again the transition occurs on the beat of the note. All together now we've got this. Which is sounding pretty cool. There is quite a lot of stuff going on here. I think that's probably enough, but I did say I would add a theremin. If you go to David Berger's webpage, which is davidberges.com, I'll put a link in the description, and you scroll down, you will find the theremin. It is free to download, but you do need a full version of Contact to use it. I'm going to have a play with that and see what we come up with. Well, we've definitely got the fun Halloween bit in here. I'll play the whole thing through to you as an outro, but this is the theremin sound. Really good fun. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, always appreciated. Next time we'll take this and structure it into a full-length cue. I look forward to seeing you then. Bye for now.